Imagine a life where you are followed every second of every day. Imagine an invisible scribe standing over your shoulder, recording not just what you say, but what you think, what you fear, and what you desire. Imagine that every pause you make, every location you visit, and every heartbeat you skip is cataloged. Now imagine that this record of your life does not belong to you. It belongs to a faceless corporation. And imagine that the most intimate details of who you are, your health anxieties, your financial struggles, your political leanings, are packaged into a bundle and sold to the highest bidder in a split-second auction you never see. This is not a dystopian fiction set in the year 2084. This is right now. This is the life of the modern human being. We are no longer just citizens or consumers. We are raw material. We are the ore in the mine. To be born into the digital age is to be born as a data mine victim. Is there a more insidious existence? To be stripped of your privacy before you can even speak? To be tracked, traded, and manipulated without your consent? Today, we peel back the glossy screen of the internet to reveal the machinery of surveillance capitalism and the silent tragedy of a life lived in the open. Chapter 1. The Digital Umbilical Cord. The tragedy of the data mine victim begins before they draw their first physical breath. In the past, a person was born with a clean slate. Anonymity was a birthright. Today, a child's digital footprint often predates their birth certificate. It starts with an ultrasound photo posted to social media. The algorithms analyze the image, the caption, the location. A shadow profile is created. Before the child has a name, the data miners know the parent's socioeconomic status, their location, and their likely spending habits. As the child grows, the tracking intensifies. Smart baby monitors track their sleep patterns. Parenting apps track their feeding schedules and developmental milestones. This data isn't just staying on a phone, it is being uploaded to clouds, aggregated, and analyzed. By the time the average child turns 13, it is estimated that advertising technology companies have collected 72 million data points on them. They are born into a glass house. They never had a choice to be private. Their digital umbilical cord connects them permanently to a server farm that views them not as a potential artist, leader, or thinker, but as a lifetime value asset. They are categorized, labeled, and prepped for a lifetime of targeted consumption before they can even read the terms of service. Chapter 2. The Silent Extraction. Life in the Mine. As the victim enters adulthood, the extraction becomes aggressive. We often think of mining as hard labor, but data mining is insidious because it feels like convenience. The tool of extraction is the smartphone, the spy in our pocket. But it goes far beyond that. The Internet of Things has turned our physical homes into surveillance nodes. The smart TV watches you back, using automatic content recognition to track what you watch and for how long. The smart vacuum maps the floor plan of your house. The smart doorbell records your comings and goings. Even your car tracks your braking habits and speed, data that can be sold to insurance companies to raise your rates. This is the concept of behavioral surplus, coined by Shoshana Zuboff. The companies don't just take the data they need to provide a service. They take everything else too. They track the pressure of your finger on the screen, indicating stress. They track the speed at which you scroll, indicating boredom. They track your location history to see if you visit a cancer clinic, a divorce lawyer, or a liquor store. The tragedy here is the asymmetry of knowledge. They know everything about you, where you sleep, who you love, what you fear. You know nothing about them, who they are, what they hold, or who they are selling it to. You are walking naked through a crowd of clothed observers. Chapter 3. The Auction Block. This brings us to the most dehumanizing aspect of this existence, the trade. You are not the customer of Google or Facebook. You are the product. But even that is too simple. You are the carcass from which the product is carved. The actual product is the prediction of your behavior. Every time you load a web page, a real-time bidding, RTB auction, takes place in the milliseconds it takes for the page to load. Your profile is put on the auction block. Advertisers bid for the right to show you an ad. But to bid effectively, they need to know what they are buying. So your data is broadcasted to hundreds of companies. Male, 30s, anxious, insomnia, searching for loans, high impulse control issues. Sold. Data brokers are the scavengers of this ecosystem. They scrape public records, social media, and purchase histories to build dossiers on billions of people. They segregate us into lists with terrifying names. One actual data broker sold a list of rape victims. Another sold a list called sufferers of dementia. There are lists for impulse buyers, expecting parents, and financially vulnerable. In this system, your vulnerabilities are not problems to be solved. They are leverage to be exploited. Your pain is a marketing vertical. You are traded like cattle in a marketplace you are not allowed to enter. It's a terrifying thought, isn't it? That our anxieties and secrets are just rows in a spreadsheet being sold for pennies. It makes you look at your phone differently. How many smart devices do you have in your house right now? Do you feel they make your life better, or do you worry about who is listening? Let us know in the comments. And if you think this digital reality needs to be exposed, hit that like button to help the algorithm, ironically, spread the truth. Chapter 4. The Algorithmic Puppet Master. If the story ended at observation, it would be bad enough. But the goal of data mining is not just to watch, it is to change. This is the no-control aspect of the victim's life. Once the miners have enough data to build a perfect psychological model of you, they can begin to nudge your behavior. This is called persuasive technology. Social media algorithms are designed to exploit the dopamine pathways in your brain. They know exactly what video will keep you watching for 5 more minutes. They know exactly what news headline will make you angry enough to comment. They know exactly when you are feeling lonely and are most likely to buy that product you do not need. The victim believes they are making free choices. I chose to watch this video. I chose to buy these shoes. But did they? Or were they guided there by a supercomputer that has run millions of simulations on their brain? This leads to the radicalization of society. The algorithm learns that outrage keeps you engaged. So, it feeds you more extreme content. It traps you in an echo chamber. It distorts your perception of reality just to keep the data flowing. The data mine victim eventually loses the most precious thing a human possesses, their autonomy. They become a puppet, dancing to strings made of code. Chapter 5. The Breach and the Eternal Scar. In the physical world, if you make a mistake, time eventually heals it. Memories fade. Records are lost. In the digital world, nothing is ever forgotten. This is the final curse of the data mine victim. Because your data is stored in thousands of databases across the world, it is impossible to secure. Conclusion: the death of the private self. So why is it the worst to be born as a data mine victim? Because it is the theft of the soul's sanctuary. Privacy is not just about hiding bad things. Privacy is the space where we are free to be ourselves, to experiment, to make mistakes, to think thoughts that aren't ready for the world. It is the soil in which creativity and individuality grow. When you are mined, tracked, and traded, that sanctuary is destroyed. You are forced to perform for an audience you cannot see. You are categorized by machines that cannot understand nuance. You are reduced from a complex spiritual being into a collection of data points to be exploited for profit. The tragedy of the data mine victim is that they are everywhere, and they are us. We have built a golden cage of convenience and walked willingly inside, locking the door behind us. We are the most connected generation in history, but we are also the most exposed. But awareness is the first step toward reclaiming that control. We may be born into the mine, but we don't have to die in it. If you want to continue exploring the hidden realities of our modern world and how to navigate them, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Protect your data, protect your mind, and until next time, stay off the grid.